Gavin Newsom's California and the feds are headed in two complete different directions on this gender transition issue, with the House of Representatives last night passing their bill to stop the chemical castration and gender mutilation of minors. First, let's get to California and see what it is that Gavin Newsom has approved. So, Gavin Newsom made it so that California K through 12 schools need to have a gender neutral restroom by July 1st of next year. Secondly, he has made it so that the court records for a minor can become confidential if they've decided to elect to change their gender. Basically, SB 59 builds on a previously existing law that makes court records regarding a minor's gender not only confidential but automatically sealed. So basically, if a Michael wants to turn into a Michelle and wants to be identified as a female rather than a male, that can be kept from a whole bunch of people. So what does the House bill say about minor genital mutilation or chemical castration? Well, if you do something like this to a minor, you could end up being imprisoned up to 10 years. And no person performing the genital mutilation can say they're doing it because of a religious custom or ritual or just standard practice. Next, I'd like to point out for the ACLU, who is strongly opposing this bill, and a whole bunch of liberals who would make a point about, well, what about the victim? They're going to charge the victim. It says in the bill that the victim cannot be charged, the person who these surgeries and chemical castrations are performed on. And the next point they'll make is, well, what if they might die by not undergoing some of these procedures? Well, there are specific exemptions outlined if their genitals are experiencing pain or there's something going on with them biologically that needs to be fixed. But these are all the different kinds of procedures that would classify as genital or bodily mutilation from both the male and the female standpoint. Now, the Senate is absolutely going to pass this, and I'm sure the president will sign it, as this was one of his major campaign promises. But I'll tell you what, there's going to be some gay judge in Washington who absolutely does not like this and will just strike it down. Now, because liberals love using lawfare against the protection of minors from chemical and genital castration, they will probably have this escalated all the way up to the Supreme Court, because the Republicans are going to challenge them on the lower level. And then the Supreme Court will end up siding with the president and with Congress. This is just a prediction of mine. Who knows? They could knock it back to the states just like they did with abortion, but doubtful because they have a track record of defending Trump on the whole trans issue.